What's happening, people? I'm running around in the warehouse. Figured I'd do something a little bit different. I remember Jay talking about the way the booth is set up and how I get down out there on the floor at the conventions. And I don't know if a lot of you have seen the booth and what it entails in building it. So what I was going to do was show the video. It's a sped up version of a setup of a double booth, which is a 10 by 20. Wanted to show it to you guys so you can get an idea about what I do out there, because I don't talk much about it. So yeah, I'm gonna get into it really quick, try to walk you through it. Now imagine first driving, city to city, all the way from the West Coast, straight to New York, nonstop, which I believe for me would be between 34 and 36 hours. Get to the convention center, which is the Javits Center in Midtown. After filling out your paperwork with the union to get in line, you pretty much wait 6, 7, 8 hours to get in the building. So we're lined up out front where we just kind of hang out, talk to each other, and have a good time. But after that drive, the wait, then you get to the back dock, load in your merchandise and everything it takes to build what is basically a store, what they will call a pop-up now, to sell on the convention floor. Walking in there, the floor is empty. At this particular one at New York Comic Con, you just basically have a space. Other conventions, you'll get the floor space with a table or a couple of tables, depending on how many booths you got. Booth prices can range from $1,000 per single booth to in upwards of $3,500, $3,600, depending on which event you do. So just think about the fuel, the drive, the amount for two of those booths. If you have a corner, it costs you a little bit more. And the inline, as they call it, the one that doesn't have any corners, you're just in between someone, that one will cost you a little bit less. What I prefer to do in my two booth configuration is do an outside corner and an inline booth. That way the autographs are outside around the perimeter and inside. And the way I create the pieces is based on what I want hanging in my house. So yeah, let me jump into it now that I have that set up so you can understand the role across country and to get there. This one is New York Comic Con. I'll narrate it for you so you guys can see how it goes. So initially, after the load in, I sort of organized myself. The metal pieces that you see are 8 feet by 2 feet. The first thing is to assemble the back wall and make sure that it's stable. Then off to the sides, obviously. But the 8 feet is, for some, good enough. But for me, because of the size of some of the pieces that I have, I need to add extra feet up top to be able to hang more merchandise. So what I'm hanging right there is actually one of the marble pieces behind the wall here that I've had. And under the blanket, which I'm not sure if you can see or not, is a life-size Captain America. The shirt that's framed over in that corner, just moved, is Stan Lee's shirt from Fantastic Four when he was a mailman. That one has sold, obviously, and it's in China. It's owned by M.D. Young, the Pop Life. Obviously, I set up at least the back wall in there, and I decided to have myself a delicious meal because I needed to eat. Now I'm back up rolling. This is over a period of 4 hours, I would believe. and each assembly of it is by grid and zip ties. So now the outer wall is prepared, and that center column is very important because in that particular booth I actually strung lights up, and that's the other piece that's going up on the side. I do each side up the ladder and flip it up. People always wonder how I get such height when I build a booth by myself. I don't, with no help. That's the trick right there, but you still can't see it. My neighbor just came in, so now the structure's up, and I'm starting to assemble. I'm loading the electric in, and I think what's next is setting myself up to light the interior of the booth. Yep, the pole goes across the top. I got the NerdgaZms sign up in the back. I hung that picture initially so that I could know where the lights can go. Big Glenn showed up. There's always someone coming up to converse. There's a worker. He came back a few times to talk to me every time something goes up. That's an Incredible Hulk piece with Bill Bixby, Stan Lee, and Lou Ferrigno. And slowly but surely, I start laying these pieces out on the perimeter. And I like things balanced, so I do my best to match my framing sizes with the front. Feng shui, because I don't like things looking junky. More pieces up. The shirt went up. And the build continues. It's constantly flipping through things and getting them organized enough to where they're beautiful. Now we're inside. I'm testing the lights to make sure they all work. So once I climb on that ladder, I don't have to come back down. Each light I put up is directional to make sure that each piece has its due, its glory. So when clients come in, there's the cap. In the far corner is a Terminator. And that Terminator is up in the back corner of the warehouse, way, way up top right now. And I believe under that blanket would be a Darth Vader. So the lights have been lit. Now that screen has since changed. I've gone bigger with the bigger screen. But what that is it constantly loops all of the signings that I've done and some of my friends that happen to be celebrities, just so people won't have a lot of questions about my pedigree. It's easier. A picture says 1,000 words versus it coming out my mouth. That's a completed booth from all the way around New York. In the morning when we leave and you come in, the red carpet's done. This is another booth from, I think this is in Las Vegas. I have all the banners from the Avengers with everybody's autograph on it, including Stan's. Also Black Panthers. Yeah, this is Star Trek. So, different autographs. Kevin, our friend right there, God rest. Terry, there's brother Deuce. This is the only piece on the planet. I got that from Official Pics, and it took me 6 years to complete it. There's Carrie Fisher's autographs. I have a lot of signatures. That hammer is the only one on planet Earth too. That belongs to a very good client, and that has everybody on it. I think it has over 68 signatures, including the Avengers and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Every show. Chadwick Boseman autograph. Ryan Reynolds is on the Deadpool piece. Hugh Jackman, Brie Larson, Sir Patrick Stewart right there. I don't know why, but I brought comic books to a Star Trek convention, and they actually sold. That's everybody from Star Trek, damn near. The chair, Leonard Sears. That's Captain Kirk's chair, signed by William Shatner. I have it. The alien head is signed by the entire cast of Aliens and Alien, except for Apone, because he was dead. That Enterprise, I took it to Bill Shatner that weekend. I built that. Took it to Bill Shatner that weekend to get it inked as well. I love the bridge. You notice it's not sitting straight. It's actually offset, which is really weird, but it's nerd stuff. Yeah, so the lit up everything. I love that ship. Walter Koenig is on the bottom. I never got Nichelle or George or anyone to sign that. I have them on other things. That's after Shatner signed it. That's the alien head with everybody on it. Pictures there to show Yaphet Kotto, Sigourney Weaver, on and on and on. And there's a letter from PSA DNA. Linda Carter. This is after we're open. Kind of another loop of the same thing, but with bodies in it. Adam West, that's a canvas signed by him. James Bond, that piece is sold. Gene Roddenberry's over in the back. Kenny Baker. It's a lot. There's another Carrie. That one's over in the corner. Lupita and Carrie. Yeah, so this is what the booth generally looks like. The one that you just saw in the Star Trek one was basically like a 4-booth configuration, but I leave the center wide open so when people come to visit, they actually have somewhere to sit, hang out, and we can just talk movies or catch up on family life, whatever's going on with people. You know, we make friendships over the years. So yeah, that's the booth setup. And as far as I'm concerned, the experience, the convention, the people, the merchandise, the interaction with each other gives you
complete nerdgasm.
Just saying.
Hold up.
Before I forget, this fine fellow sitting here to my left, I've had folks ask about him, or it as they call it, but it's not actually an it, it's a him. And his name is Darth Morales. He's a combination of Darth Vader.
Don't complain. Don't ask questions.
Obviously, and Miles Morales. He's our mascot. He's very adept at keeping still.
Turn down the lights. Turn down the beat. Turn down these voices inside my head.
He has his own little video that we shot a few years back, and I want to share that with you because he's kind of obnoxious as hell.
You don't have to watch Dynasty to have an attitude. You just leave it all up to me. My love will be your food. Yeah, you don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool to rule my world. Ain't nobody can take my heart to Calvary. I just want your extra time, yo. Kiss.
And if you happen to see him out at the cons, you know, say hello to him. But you make your own decisions if you want to or not. And this one was shot a few years ago. Not a few, a couple years ago. Before the prices of comic books shot all the way up to the ceiling. But you'll understand who this guy is, how he gets down, and what he does. And there's some footage of him at San Diego Comic-Con as well. I just have to dig it up. But for posterity, that's Darth Morales, guys. And he's an interesting fella.
You want the answer to high prices? Darth Morales here from NerdgaZms Las Vegas, where we not only beat high prices, we not only kill high prices, but we rip the living shit out of high prices. For an example.
That's what everything.
What you read, brother?
Incredible Hulk 181.
This is a Hulk 181. How much you got on this, my man? $1,500. That price is too high. Journey to Mystery 1983. Not 1983. 83. First appearance of Thor. It's got Loki in it. It's got a bunch of beautiful things when it finds Mirror and a hammer and slaps the thing on the wall.
That'd be $10,000.
$10,000, that price is too high. Yes, sir. There's been times in my life where I've gone to Comic Cons, I've gone to comic book shops, I've gone everywhere. Prices are out of control. Every time they want a price, they look on the internet. Come to NerdgaZms Las Vegas, we'll make sure you get a fair deal, you get a fair price. No internet, no eBay, no anything. Let me take a look at this booth here.
Hey man, what the hell is your problem?
Is this security? Oh shit. Now wait one Farfig Nugan Thanos snapping minute. Is this a X-Men 101 9.6 for $1,400? That's too f***ing high! Yes, sir? So y'all come on down to NerdgaZms Las Vegas, where we got the best prices in the world. NerdgaZms Las Vegas. Did you hear what I said? NerdgaZms Las Vegas. Did you hear what I said?
So yeah, that's Darth Morales. So make sure you guys show the homie some love, because he's not just sitting there for decoration. He has a personality. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Next show, we're going to dig into the Moon Knight. We're going to dig into the Multiverse of Madness, anything else that comes up. And not 100% sure if we're going to still ride this Will and Jada thing, but not ride it as in clout chase ride it. It's just certain things that have happened or that have transpired that the three of us have been talking about, and I think we should continue the conversation, because it's not just about the slap. It's a little bit more to it. We won't wax on it too much. We won't live on it too much. But Will Smith, again, is nerd culture. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Independence Day, iRobot, Men in Black, things of that nature. So we're still discussing it, and if we're discussing it off camera, I believe that is worthy of speaking on camera. You know? So, yeah. So I'll make a deal with you. If you guys can forget about it, then we won't talk about it anymore. But if you can't, we'll be speaking about Will and Jada a little bit more. Not too long, not too much. Just enough to make some sense of certain things that have happened. You know I got you on speaker right now because I was shooting. What's up, brother?
You shooting? Go ahead, man.
Oh, it's all right. This is TC. He's on the road. Yeah.
You know it.
Yeah. Yeah, headed out to Philly. Philly Comic Con. Yeah. I was just doing one. Let me finish this one line and then I'll holler. So hold on 1 second. 1 second. So yeah, this is regular life. So if you guys can forget about it after this little gadget did his thing, then we won't talk about it. Let me know in the comments and we'll go. But I seriously doubt that you'll forget about it. We'll talk about it. Peace. What up, brother?
I'm running things.